you guys? Welcome. Oh my goodness. How are we doing? This is day 5 of the Step into Your Inner Badass 5-day masterclass. We are on day 5 already. This 5-day masterclass flew by. I've been having the time of my life. So much fun with you guys. How are you guys feeling? I want to do a little vibe check, a little check-in. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat. Of course, I will be starting this training with my little badass audio before we dive in. But how are you doing? We're on day 5. How are you guys doing? Sarah is here. Alana is here. Carla is here. Welcome, Courtney. Courtney is inside of Conquer. Courtney, I'm just so excited for you. Nadia's here. Nadia's inside of the membership. All right. Catherine's here. Oh my God. All the badasses. All the badasses are here. Welcome, you guys. Also, mega shout out to Louisa. Louisa just joined Conquer this morning. What a freaking badass. From the moment of when she came in, she joined my program, Master Your Mind for a Binge-Free Life. She upgraded to VIP. She purchased my breathwork bundle, and now she's inside of Conquer. She just joined this morning. So everyone, let's all congratulate her. She's such a badass. She's truly ready to conquer binge eating for good. So I cannot wait to support you inside of that program. By the way, I will be sharing more details about Conquer at the end of this masterclass. And there's special bonuses. So you guys are going to freak out when you hear what I have planned. So it's going to be amazing. Sarah says, day 3, binge free, listening to my body, shook off an urge this morning. So proud of myself. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Catherine, super pumped, amazing. Brittany's here. Brittany, fired up, motivated, excited. Also don't want it to end. There's going to be a way where this doesn't have to end. So again, stay tuned for the end, you guys. Still pumped up. Okay, amazing. So good. Okay, we are going to kick off with my little audio because I like to do things differently. We like to have fun in my world. So I'm going to go ahead, play this audio. Even if you need to like close your eyes, unless you're driving, if you're at home and you're in a safe place and you want to just close your eyes and just like feel this audio, like I want this to land in your body. So let's go ahead and play this. Welcome to the greatest week of your life, where you fully step into your inner badass who is beyond ready to conquer binge eating. Your inner badass knows you're way more powerful over your binge urges and chooses to not give in to them even when they feel strong and uncomfortable. Your inner badass is confident with your food choices and no longer cares about what other people think about how much and what you're eating. Your inner badass stops overthinking every food choice and listens to her intuition and starts building up self-trust so she knows exactly how much to eat without dieting. Your inner badass believes in yourself and your ability to conquer binge eating. So you show up every single day for yourself in your relationship with food until you conquer. You're about to embark on the greatest journey of your life over the next 5 days and beyond. So get ready, badass. It's your time to conquer. All right. Who is fired up? Welcome, Veronica. Welcome. Who is fired up? Who is fired up? Like every single time I hear that audio, I'm just like, yes, like let's break and go. Hey, Alyssa. Oh, okay. I am so freaking pumped. I am so freaking, all the chills, right? All the chills. I'm just like, it's just so powerful. Okay. We are going to get started for day number 5. What I see quite often with so many people, and is it okay if I get radically honest with you guys and maybe give you guys some tough love today? Let me know in the chat, like, is it okay if maybe I give a little bit of tough love today? Let me know in the chat if this is okay. Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, give it to me. I want to hear it. because I'm going to share a few truth bombs inside of today because I care. I care a lot. I care a lot about you. I care a lot about helping you succeed. I care a lot about leading you powerfully and conquering binge eating. Like, I care a lot. And I know what it takes to conquer binge eating. And sometimes I just want to like shake you and just tell you the honest, radical truth of like what you need to be doing because I want to see you succeed. Give it to me. Bring it on. I love tough love. Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. Okay. All right. What I see quite often is it is very easy to get excited on day one of something. When you're starting something new, when you're in a masterclass like this, it's so easy on day one to feel all the excitement. I am so ready to heal my relationship with food. I am ready to conquer binge eating. At the start of anything, whether it's a new diet, a new program, a training, it's like, I'm so fired up. I'm so ready. I'm so excited at the beginning of your journey. And that's also when it's really easy to commit, right? Because you're like, oh, got nothing to lose. Like I'm just starting something. It's day one. I'm excited. But what I want to talk about today is where do you get pulled off your pathway towards a binge-free life? Every single person has the ability to conquer binge eating. But I'm going to be honest with you guys and say, not everyone will. And this is not because you're broken. This is not because some people have struggled with binge eating longer than some people. This is not because some people just don't have it in them. You're all a badass. It's not because some people are smarter. It's not because some people got lucky. The reason why everyone can conquer binge eating, but not everyone will, is because it is easy to get pulled off your path. On day 2, on week 1, on 1 month, 2 months after, 3 months after, where is your commitment level? Where is your excitement level? So I'm going to share a few different things that might cause you to get you pulled off of your pathway towards a binge-free life. And then so that you can have more clarity, you can have more awareness, so that you are doing everything in your power to stay on this path towards a binge-free life. So I want to ask you, when I said right at the beginning, every single one of you can conquer binge eating, what came up for you? When I said every single person can conquer binge eating, what came up for you? Are you like, well, of course, duh, I'm a badass. Like, I know I'm going to conquer. Or are you like, well, maybe I'm one of those people that just can't. Maybe other people can, but I can't. Where are you with this belief? When I said at the beginning of this masterclass, I said, every single person can conquer binge eating, but not everyone will. Are you like, yes, that's me. I'm the one. I'm the badass. I can do this. Or when you heard me say not everyone will, are you like, well, maybe that's me. Maybe I'm going to be the person that can't conquer. Maybe everyone else can, but like, maybe there's something just different about me. Let me know in the chat. Get radically honest with yourself. This training is all about radical honesty. When I said that, are you like, yes, I am the one? Everyone can conquer? Yes, that includes me. Heck yeah. Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm Carla. I'm Sarah, and I'm a freaking badass. I'm Missy. Missy, I know you are ready for the long haul because I can tell how you're showing up in this masterclass, and I just know that this is just the start. I've had some hesitation because I'm truly scared. And Veronica, I'm not sure if you watched the other trainings, but I said, fear is normal. Like, Veronica, I know you care so deeply about healing your relationship with food for yourself, for your health, and your family. Of course, it's scary because it's a big deal. You have a big heart and you care. This is changing your life. This is transforming your relationship with food. Like, it's a big deal. Of course there's fear. Of course you feel scared. Of course. Somebody who doesn't have fear, they're not pushing themselves. They're just coasting through life. And that's not you. I feel hopeful. Okay, amazing. All right, self-belief is so important. The people who conquer binge eating simply believe they can. And that's one of the reasons why people get to where they are. When you actually believe you can do something, when you actually believe I can do this, I can conquer, you don't let anything pull you off your path towards a binge-free life. Somebody can make a comment about how much you're eating, what you're eating. Somebody can make a comment about your body, and you still continue to respect yourself at the end of the day. You don't restrict. You don't punish yourself by binging. You stay on this path. Somebody can make a comment about, the way that your body looks. And even if it's triggering, you can say, I know what I'm doing. I know the path that I'm on. I know that I'm healing my relationship with food. I know how important this is for me. I am on this path towards a binge-free life, and I am going to keep going. Nothing can stop me. No one can stop me. I am doing this for me. I am ready. This is my time. I'm going all in. Nothing's going to stop me. This is my freaking time. I am the one. I am the badass. So with the self-belief piece, there's two things I want to talk about. Number one is not believing that you can conquer binge eating. And number two, actually believing that you can conquer, but having fear of it actually happening. So I see this quite often. There's going to be one group of people that say, I don't know if I can conquer binge eating. Like there's a lot of fear, I've tried so many things in the past. Like, I don't know if this is going to work for me. I don't want to feel like a failure. I don't want to try something again for the 100 millionth time and be disappointed. And I don't want to go for it because what if I go for it and it doesn't work? And I don't want to feel ashamed. I don't want to feel embarrassed that it's another thing for me that didn't work. That's one group of people. The other group of people are the people that believe in themselves, and they get the right support, and they believe in themselves, but things are starting to work, and they're feeling less impulsive with food, and they haven't binged for a week. They haven't binged for maybe 2 weeks. They haven't binged for 2 months, and their brain starts freaking out, and fear starts flooding their mind like, oh my gosh, wait, this is actually working. Oh wait, did I actually find something? What if I actually conquer? What if I actually conquer? Oh my gosh, this is actually scary. Because this is a struggle that I've experienced for so many years of my life. Like, it actually feels scary to not struggle because this is all I've known. So out of these two categories, which one do you relate with more? Number one, just drop 1 or 2 in the chat. Number one, I don't know if I really believe that I can conquer binge eating because I've tried so many things in the past and I don't want to be a failure. I don't even know if I can do it because there's so much fear. I don't want to disappoint myself. Hey, Heather. Or are you group number 2, where maybe even just from this masterclass, you're like, for the first time in my life, I felt hope, Lorna. Lorna, you're the only person who gets me. I finally feel seen. I finally feel understood. Maybe you've seen some positive results so far, feeling a little less impulsive. You're having less urges, obviously, depending on how long we've worked together. And you're like, oh my gosh, like this is actually working. Nothing has ever worked. I've tried therapists. I've tried nutritionists. I've tried a dietitian. I've tried so many things. And like, this is actually giving me hope. Holy shit balls. What if this is a solution? What if I actually conquer binge eating? So let me know 1 or 2 in the chat box. 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. 2. Yes, this is very common. It's very common. 2. I'm going to explain both groups because I think it's important. 1 at first and now 2. Yes, 2. Okay. So for the first group of I've tried so many different things. Again, I'm going to be radically honest with you, and this is all out of love. I do not care if you have spent 7 years in therapy. I don't care if you've seen 25 different nutritionists. I don't care if you have done 30 different diets. I don't care if you've done 1,000,000 things. Like I care, but I don't care in the sense that I do not want you to let that be evidence for whether you can conquer binge eating or not, because that's not getting binge eating specific support. So what I mean by this is on my journey, I felt like I've tried so many different things. I did 21-day fixed portion containers. I did keto. I did intermittent fasting. I did carb cycling, macro tracking, my fitness pal, calorie counting. And all of those things create urges to binge. All of those things left me thinking about food so much more. It made me more obsessive. All of those things were focused on restriction. All of those things were eat less. Oh, you should probably feel guilty. Oh, if you don't stick to the plan perfectly, you're a failure. Portion control, eat less. And that led me to fear food and make me feel deprived, which led me to have these strong urges and feel out of control with food. So I'm curious, what have you tried in the past? Like in terms of diets, what have you tried in the past? Can you let me know in the chat? Because if you've tried 25 million diets, it actually does not even matter. Like here you might be saying, oh, look at all the evidence. I can't stop my binge eating because I've tried so many different things, but you literally haven't done anything to stop your binge eating. And when you're on a diet, and again, when I say diet, you don't have to be doing like keto or intermittent fasting. You can just have these rules. You're going to have strong urges to binge. And when you get binge eating specific support, you get rid of your urges. You make peace with foods. You no longer fear food. You get back in tune with your hunger and fullness cues. And so many people come to me and they say, Lorna, I don't know when I'm hungry. I feel like my hunger and fullness cues, like I think they're like broken. They're not broken, but they've been muted and blocked through years of dieting and actually just not even listening to them. If you've gone on a specific diet, or maybe you are, on a specific plan, or you have these crazy food rules and it's 8 o'clock and you're like, I'm hungry, but maybe you're telling yourself that you can't eat after dinner, or you don't have any macros left, or whatever it was. You're like, I need to try to do good. I'm going to try to cut out the snacking late at night. You go to bed hungry. You go to bed starving. You're dismissing your hunger cues. So the reason why you're literally having a hard time understanding when you're full is because you're just not paying attention to them. And how many times, and be honest, maybe right now you're even doing this, or maybe it's in the past, when you were hungry and your body said, I'm hungry, and you never listened. There were so many times on my journey, I would go all day without eating. All day without eating. When I was in high school, I literally would not eat all day. I would literally not eat all day. I was so terrified. I remember being in a class and literally like sitting, like physically being in class, and I had no idea what my teacher was talking about. I felt like I was literally in like a zombie. I'd be driving home from college and university. I don't even know how I got home because I was so like zombied out because I just wasn't eating. I was terrified of eating in front of other people. And even when I was hungry, it's like, well, just starve yourself. And then of course I would come home and I would consume thousands of calories at once. I would just not eat all day. And number one, that's so hard on your metabolism. But number two, you are training your body to stop sending you signals. If you are hungry and your body is like, tap, tap, hello, like it's time to eat. I am literally doing my best to protect you and just let you know kindly that it's time to eat. And you're over here like, I'm just not gonna listen to you. And your body is like, okay, fine. You know what? You want to play that game? Okay, you know what? You're not even paying attention to me. So I am literally not even going to send you a signal to eat anymore. Because when I tell you, tap, tap, you're hungry, You don't even listen. So there's literally not even a point of me trying to even send you the signal because you don't listen to me. This is why hunger and fullness cues become muted and blocked. And it's the same for fullness. If every single time, if you're so used to overeating at the majority of your meals, you know you're full. You know you're full. You feel the fullness signal. And you're like, yeah, but the food's just so good. Yeah, but I'm at a restaurant, so like might as well overeat. Yeah, but like I haven't baked this type of shepherd's pie in such a long time and it's just so good. Like I just need a little bit more. Maybe you finish dinner and you're literally full, like you know that you're full. And you're sitting there and you're watching TV, you're legitimately full, but you're like, I'm just gonna go back to the pantry. And your body is sending you a signal like, I am full. And you override it. You don't even bother listening to it. So your body's like, well, I'm also gonna turn your fullness cues off. You don't listen to me. I am not going to hold your hand. I am not going to scream at you. I've been sending you these signals. Hello, you are getting full and you're just not listening. And this is where you continue to eat past fullness. And then now your body is like, oh, apparently this is when I stop when I'm full. And then this becomes your new level of fullness. It's uncomfortable, but it's comfortable. It's uncomfortable, but it's comfortable. And I remember when I used to, this was 2018, and I would pack my meals to go to work. And I would have a meal, and I was full. But I felt uncomfortable because I wasn't uncomfortably full. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? I was full. I wasn't uncomfortable full. I was comfortably full. But I felt uncomfortable because I wasn't used to that. I was used to eating past fullness. So comfortably full felt uncomfortable, even though eating way past fullness felt uncomfortable. It felt uncomfortable for me to eat until I was comfortably full. Does this make sense? I feel you. I feel you. You guys get me. So again, not paying attention to hunger and fullness cues, you might say, I've been trying so many different things to stop my binge eating. You're not even listening to your body. And it's not that your body is broken. You are choosing to not listen. So if you feel like, oh my God, I've tried so many different things, but you've tried so many things that have never actually healed your relationship with food, it never helped you get back in tune with your hunger and fullness. You've tried different things that made you feel guilty. You've had food rules. You're trying to keep trigger foods out of the house. That is literally the opposite of what you need to be doing to heal your relationship with food. So if you tell me, Lauren, I've tried so many different things, like I don't know if this is going to work because I've tried so many different things in the past, but do you see how literally every single thing that you've done is the opposite of what you need to be doing to heal your relationship with food? How many of you guys are having a breakthrough moment right now and you're like, this makes sense? Okay, I'm getting it. I'm going to stop being so mean to myself, thinking that I can't conquer binge eating because I've tried so many different things in the past. But I mean, of course I haven't stopped binge eating yet because I actually haven't done anything to try to stop my binge eating. Maybe you've also tried therapy. I have a lot of clients that come to me and they say, I work with a therapist and it's great for coping strategies. It allows me to vent. I like having somebody to hold space for me, but I know I need more binge eating specific tools. This is very common for a lot of clients that come to me, and whether you've done therapy or not, they come to me, whether they're working with a therapist and then they come to me for more binge eating specific support, or they've worked with a therapist and they're actually now ready for more binge eating support. Again, if you are not getting support, and I'm going to say this, I want to be radically honest with you guys. If you are not getting support from somebody who's been through what you are trying to overcome, it's going to be hard to feel seen. It's going to feel hard to feel understood. Talking through things is important. but you also need to feel seen and you also need to take action. I'm huge on you got to show up for yourself. A badass shows up for themselves. A badass takes action. You need specific tools. Sure, holding space, having somebody hold space for you is incredibly valuable. But if you are not leaving your session every single week with here's an action plan, here's exactly what to do to not give into your urge this week. Here's exactly what to do to stop your nighttime eating. This is exactly what to do to regulate your nervous system so that you can be less impulsive with food. If you don't have a clear action step, you can just talk all you want. You can talk about X, Y, Z. You can talk about feeling uncomfortable in your own skin. You can talk about, oh my God, it's so challenging. But what are you doing about it? We need to take action. We need to take action. All my clients know we got to take action. If you want a different result, you have to be willing to do something different. I don't think I told you, but yes, love my therapist, but I need you to heal my relationship with food. Yes. And I'm saying this with so much love. Yes, I couldn't be fully honest with my therapist about how bad my binging was because I didn't feel like she would understand me and I was so ashamed. Yes. 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 So maybe your therapist has only focused on going back to your childhood and healing trauma. And I'm not saying that's not important. There's a time and a place for that. And I honor every single person who's had to go through that. Like it's challenging. But if you're like myself, I personally never grew up with a lot of trauma. And for me, I just knew like I was binging because I literally spent years dieting. Like nobody needs to tell me I have a poor relationship with food. Like I knew, like I was barely eating. I was hiding food. I was eating in secret. I was scared to eat carbs. Like I was spending years dieting. And so for me, I needed tangible tools. Like what do I do when I feel the urge? And maybe your therapist is like, well, let's go back to your childhood and are you stressed out? And again, there's a time and a place for that. But when you know that that is not the support that you need right now, or maybe you are getting that type of support and it's helping so many areas of your life and that's beautiful. But you're also like, how do I stop thinking about food all day? Like, how do I stop feeling so impulsive? And you hear like, well, just go for a walk and just distract yourself, be kinder to yourself, maybe take a bubble bath, and you're like, but I need tangible tools. It can feel frustrating. And I just want to say, I see you. Maybe you've gone to a nutritionist. Has anyone been on a meal plan? Maybe they've given you a meal plan and they're like, it's flexible. I promise it's flexible. I know it says 15 almonds on the piece of paper, but instead of the 15 almonds, instead you can have 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. Or if you're not feeling almonds, you can just have cashews. And you're like, that's not actually flexible for me. Or the nutritionist might say like, have a cheat meal. Once per week, have a cheat meal. And you're like, I'm just going to plan my binge. Right? Like, I'm going to go balls to the wall. Like, you're literally just telling me, okay, I'm going to just binge every single week. Counting my wheat thins. Oh my God, Heather, wheat thins. I remember my wheat thins. I used to be so scared to eat wheat thins because they were quote unquote processed. So I just share this with you because I don't want you feeling broken. I do not want you feeling broken. And if you have done so many different things in the past, you have to get radically honest with yourself. And stop saying nothing is going to work because I've tried so many different things. But did you get binge eating specific support? Meaning, do you have tangible tools to rewire your brain to get rid of your urges, to get back in tune with your hunger and fullness cues, to become less impulsive? And if the answer is no, get excited. Don't be beating yourself up. Get excited. Because if you haven't learned those tools yet, imagine where you can be with your relationship with food if you actually learned the proper tools. You could have 1 or 2 cookies and move on with your day. So number 1, get honest with yourself. Did you get binge eating specific support? Number 2, did you feel seen and understood? Did the person that I was getting support with, did they go through binge eating themselves? Did they for sure get me? Like, did I feel safe to open up to them? with exactly what I was going through because I knew that they wouldn't judge me because I know that they would get it. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to explain binge eating to somebody. I have a lot of clients that will tell me like, I've told my partner about, my food struggles, but they just came back to me and told me like to not buy peanut butter. And they said like sometimes they overeat or sometimes they feel guilty and you want to like rip your freaking hair out because you're like, I want to be able to have peanut butter in the house and just not feel like I need the whole jar. I know that that's just a temporary solution to keep it out of the house. Like I want to have it in the house. And also, I'm not just feeling a little guilty. Like I'm also eating in secret when you're not here. And obviously you don't tell your partner that, but you're like, that's what's going on in your mind. You're like, you don't get it. Like I'm also thinking about food from the time that I wake up until the time that I go to bed. And you don't realize it. But when we're going out for dinner, I've been looking at the menu a week in advance and I've been anxious all week. So get radically honest with yourself. Have you gotten binge eating specific support? And do you feel seen and understood? And if not, don't beat yourself up, get excited. Because if you actually learned from somebody, maybe you're even noticing this week, you're like, I feel seen and I feel understood. Once you do that, it's like, it's going to be so much easier for you to make progress because you don't feel broken. Some of you guys will tell me, I've been trying to heal my relationship with food. And I said, well, what have you been doing? And they say, well, I'm just trying to not bring chocolate in the house. That's making your relationship with food worse. Some of you guys say, I'm just trying to have smaller portions. That's causing you to have urges. Well, I'm just trying not to honor my cravings. So if I'm craving something, I'll just try to distract myself. I'm just try to make myself a tea and I just try to go to bed early. That's making your binge eating worse. I can tell you exactly why you haven't stopped binge eating yet. And with a few tweaks, you can be on your way to ending binge eating. You're not broken. What did I say? Every single person, all of you guys, Carla, Cindy, who else is on here? Heather, Liz, all of you guys, Courtney, can stop your binge eating. But if you don't have the proper tools or you don't feel seen, you actually might be doing something that you think is helping you towards a better relationship with food, and it's literally making your urges stronger. So it's not your fault. Okay. So if you were in that first category of like, I've tried so many different things, now you have clarity to be like, okay, I thought I've tried so many different things, but they weren't binge eating specific, or it makes sense as to why I didn't believe that I can conquer because all the different things that I've tried in the past weren't what I needed. Now, most of you guys said you're in the second category. Maybe some of you guys have been a lot of you guys said, I'm in the second category. Maybe you've been learning from me. You've been feeling less impulsive with food. You're having less urges. Maybe you haven't binged in a month. Maybe you're like Liz, she's inside of Conquer. She's like, I haven't binged. There's a little bit of overeating going on, but it's like, I haven't binged. I can't remember the last time that I binged. Maybe you're like, I've never felt so seen in my life. But now, this is scary. Is this actually going to be a solution for me? Am I actually going to stop binge eating? I've done this whole thing for so many years. Now it feels scary. I've wanted this my whole life, and now I'm not having any urges. And holy shit, like I'm scared. I was telling this to one of my clients in my program. I said, it's normal to feel this way. Of course, there's fear. When you have struggled with something for so long, and in your mind, you keep telling yourself, I am addicted to sugar, or I'm a failure, or I'm inconsistent, I'm a binge eater. When you start moving away from that identity, it's like, who am I going to be? Am I actually going to be somebody who can feel calm when I go out to eat? I can actually be somebody who doesn't have trigger foods? No way. No, not me. What? Me? No. I can actually be somebody who maintains a binge-free life for longer than a month? No, no, I'm probably going to mess things up. No, I'm probably going to revert back to old habits. And this is where you got to remind yourself, of course, I'm feeling less impulsive. Of course, I am doing things differently. I am doing things that I've never done in the past. Of course, I haven't binged in a month. I'm learning from somebody who's gone through binge eating, and I am implementing the tools. I am taking action every single day. I'm rewiring my brain. I'm using the tools for when I feel the urge to binge. Of course, I'm having less urges. Of course, it's been a month and I haven't binged. Of course. Of course. Can you start to normalize this? Of course, I haven't binged in a month. Of course, I was home alone that day and I was able to have some chocolate without binging. Of course I went out for dinner and I was able to stop when I was full, even though the pizza, oh man, that pizza was so good. If you're like me, I love like prosciutto on my pizza. Maybe you're like, that prosciutto pizza was delicious. And even though there was some food on my plate, of course I stopped when I'm full because I am a badass and I am taking action and I'm rewiring my brain. Of course. I'm not shocked. Of course. A badass knows that she's amazing, that she's incredible, and that she can do hard things like conquer binge eating. When something is a shock to her, like a month of no binges, wait, I was home alone and I didn't feel the urge to binge, a badass can say, I literally can't even believe this is my life right now. Holy shit. I'm shitting my pants right now. I can't even believe that this is my life. But also, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, of course. I'm putting in the work. I'm getting the right support. I'm showing up. I'm taking action. I'm healing my relationship with food. So of course, you can still be shocked and be like, this is crazy. I can't even believe this is happening. But also, I know exactly why this is happening. Hey, Jessica. Of course, because I'm on course with Lorna. I love it. Okay, so that was the first, that was a lot, but we're like 40 minutes in and that was just the first point. So that was the first reason why you might get pulled off your path towards a binge-free life. Whether you keep telling yourself nothing's going to work because I've tried so many things in the past, or if you start getting in your head when you start having success of actually ending binge eating. Both of those things can cause self-sabotage and pull you off your path of a binge-free life. Whether, oh, I've tried so many things, nothing else is going to work, that's sabotage. Or you start getting in your head when you actually are succeeding at conquering binge eating and you're like, oh my gosh, this can't be my reality. Okay. Of course I'm doing better. Yes, of course. Like, holy shit, I can't believe it's happening for me, but like, yeah, duh. I'm getting rid of my urges. I'm rewiring my brain. I'm healing my relationship with food. I'm showing up. Of course. Okay, the next thing that might pull you off your path towards a binge-free life is comments. I talk about this a lot. People are always going to comment. What you're eating, how much you're eating. People love to comment on everything. Now, for the most part, I would say for the most part, people are innocent. I truly believe that sometimes people don't actually know that the words that are coming out of their mouth are triggering. So for example, your partner might genuinely be asking you, hey, oh, you're eating again? They are just genuinely curious. But you're over here taking it so personally, and you're like, they are judging me. They literally think I'm going to gain 1 million pounds. They're literally calling me fat right now when they're just asking you a question. Are you taking things personally? Maybe one of your friends, you're out for dinner and your friend says, oh, I'm kind of surprised you ordered pizza. And here you're thinking in your head, oh my gosh, my friend literally thinks I'm a pig and that I'm making a wrong choice and she's definitely judging me. when she's just asking you a question, because normally when you go out for dinner, you don't order the pizza, and sometimes you don't even eat, or sometimes you just order the salad. So here you are in your own little head thinking everyone is so worried about what you're eating, and they're making fun of me, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so unhealthy. And they're just asking you a question. And it's triggering. I get it. It's triggering because you haven't healed your relationship with food, but also, number two, you're taking everything so personally. I told you that I'm gonna give some tough love today in the most loving way. Maybe you've even said things to people that you didn't even recognize could be triggering. Like one time, this was a few years ago, Andrew and I went to my parents' house, and literally we like just got into the house, and Andrew goes straight into the freezer, and my mom, God bless her soul, she makes the most amazing treats, and she leaves them in the freezer. And we walked into my parents' house, and Andrew literally went into the freezer right away, right for the cookies. And I just said, of course, Mr. Bean went for the cookies. Like a statement. Of course, Mr. Bean went for the cookies. I wasn't saying it in a judgmental way. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, why are you eating cookies again? You shouldn't be eating that. It was just like, of course, Mr. Bean. I call my husband Mr. Bean if you haven't caught on yet. And I was like, of course, Mr. Bean went straight for the cookies. Not in a mean way. It could have been triggering. But do you see how you might have said something to somebody and you were just genuinely asking a question or stating something, and you weren't trying to hurt the person, but maybe the person took it the wrong way. So now you can turn it back to yourself and say, oh, maybe somebody was just genuinely making a comment or genuinely asking a question, but I took it personally. Now, I do want to say, some people need to keep their mouths quiet, and they just say things that are just rude. I was called fat in grade 8, and that killed me. That hurt me. But for the context of this, I just want to say sometimes, because I think we also have to remember on the other side, sometimes people aren't actually judging you, and they're just asking a question. Like a lot of your partners, from experience, from even what Andrew said, it's like, I feel like I have to like walk on eggshells because I don't want to say the wrong thing. And it's like, they're just trying to not say what's going to be triggering for you, but they don't know. So they might say something like, oh, like, do you want more food? And you're automatically thinking that like, oh my God, do they think that I always get seconds? And they're just literally asking a question. Do you guys see that? Like, they're trying their best to not be triggering for you, but you're just taking everything so personally. So there's that. But also, people comment also because they're sharing their own judgments or their own fear or their own anxieties around food in their body. I shared this story before. One time, Andrew and I, no, actually I wasn't dating Andrew at the time. I think it was just with my family. When we had a family cottage, we were relaxing on the couch, we were watching a movie. That's what you do at the cottage. Like, I don't know, you just eat snacks and you relax and you watch movies. And it was after dinner, we were just chilling and everyone was eating snacks. And my sister didn't have a snack. And so I remember saying like, oh, like just kind of curious, like you don't want anything? And she was like, oh no, like I'm not hungry right now. Like I'm good. And I remember saying something like, well, you don't have to be hungry to have a snack. Like you can just also have a snack. And she's like, oh, like I'm fine. Like I actually don't really want one. Number one, I was just genuinely asking her why she wasn't having a snack. But also number two, I kind of was like continuing to like poke at her and ask her, because I was projecting my guilt and my shame and my frustration of, why do you always need to have a snack? And like that trigger, that guilt or that shame I was projecting it onto her. I saw her being able to quote unquote have control and not have to have a snack. And I was like, I want to be that person. you just don't feel like it and you're just not going to have it? Like, I couldn't relate to that. I'm like, I don't even want a snack and I'm still eating a freaking snack. Like, what the heck is going on here? So I was just saying that because I felt bad for eating a snack. Hey, Linda. So this is a good time to really ask yourself, does a comment pull you off your pathway towards a binge-free life? And I want you to let me know in the comments, what path do you typically go? If somebody says a comment to you and it's triggering for you, are you a restriction type of person or are you a binge type of person? Let me know in the chat. If somebody makes a comment and it hurts you, do you tend to restrict or do you tend to binge? Because you can be doing super well with your food. You're feeling on fire. You're stepping into your inner badass. You're crushing it. You're like, I got this. Nothing can stop me. I am ready to heal my relationship with food. And then all of a sudden, somebody comments. Are you going to keep going or are you going to let that comment pull you off your pathway towards a binge-free life? Or are you going to all of a sudden start depriving yourself and not honor your cravings, even though you know that that's not the right thing to do? You're like, but in this moment, I feel like I have to just deprive myself and I have to say no to the cookie tonight. Or are you going to say, I got a binge tonight. I feel horrible. I got to self-soothe. Binge. Yeah. This is what causes people to start and stop. To start and feel excited, feel motivated. I'm so ready to stop my binge eating. And then as soon as shit hits the fan, as soon as things get hard, things get challenging, I'm out. Like I said at the beginning, every single person can stop binge eating. But if you are letting comments or projections from other people cause you to spiral into a binge, this is why you're not consistent. And I'm saying this with so much love. And this is why support and community, I will say it until my face is blue, this is why support and community is so important. We're in a 5-day masterclass right now. All of you guys are excited, ready for your binge-free life. But when you're in the real world, people are going to comment. You are going to get triggered. You are going to want to binge. You are going to want to restrict yourself. Do you have a support system to keep you on your path towards a binge-free life? I was working with a client last year, and she had a pretty harsh comment said to her. This is real life. And she came onto our coaching call. We were able to work through it. And she said, that comment teared me down. Like, she was doing so well with her food. She was really respecting her body. She was just taking really good care of herself. And she said, that comment rocked me. Like, it rocked me to my core. But because we worked through it, she didn't restrict the next day. She didn't need to self-soothe with food because she understood, like, I am not going to let this person ruin my pathway. I know where I'm going. I know that I'm ready for a binge-free life. I am not going to let that stop me. That could have pulled her off her pathway. She could have restricted the next week to get the weight off and diet to lose some weight. She could have went home and just ate her entire pantry to make herself feel better for 10 minutes and then make herself feel worse and let somebody else have way more power over her. But she didn't let that comment pull her off her pathway. Another thing, let me know if you can relate to this one. Something else that might pull you off your pathway towards a binge-free life. Let me know if you guys are here. You're not even binging. Or maybe you haven't binged for a few days, but you're like, when's the next binge going to happen? Who is guilty of this? Who can relate to this? Kind of goes hand in hand with the belief system that I talked about at the beginning, when like things are going really well and you're like, kind of feel scared of like, what if I actually conquer? What if I actually regain my control back? I see so many people start sabotaging themselves when they haven't binged And they're already thinking about, but when's the next one gonna come? I haven't binged in like 3 days, but like, what if one comes? And I'm like, you're robbing yourself of joy and freedom in the moment. You're so worried about a binge coming. You're so worried about what if somebody comments. You're so worried about what if I overeat at the restaurant, that's all you're focused on. Yes, Adrienne says yes. Adrienne! Oh my gosh! Hi! You're just chatting on Instagram. Can't wait to have you inside Conquer. Oh, you're just amazing. So sometimes I look for reasons to binge. Yes, yes, yes. I was doing great for months. I had skin removal after weight loss. I was feeling really good. I went to dinner with my parents and comments were made about what I was eating after spending money on surgery, and boom, off the wagon. I was feeling so good. Yes. Yes. So whether it's, again, a comment, maybe it's like, like Cindy said, it's been a week and now I'm worried, like, when is the next binge going to happen? Like, you're trying to prepare yourself for the binge that you don't even know is coming, but it's like, I got to prepare myself. I would really encourage you to not worry about that. You need to be in the moment and present. Too many people are either focused on the past, and all the things that I've tried in the past, and all the things that I've tried that hasn't worked, or people are so focused on when's the next binge gonna come. Am I gonna revert back to old habits? What if this is too good to be true? How many of you guys think, like, what if this is too good to be true? One of my clients was like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong because, like, I haven't binged. And I'm like, congratulations, you're in the right place where we do things sustainably and you just don't have the urge to binge anymore. You have to normalize this. Yes, your mind is going to be worried, like, maybe this is too good to be true. But again, what you've done in the past has not been sustainable. So of course you reverted back to old habits. You are doing things differently over here. You are doing things differently over here. What is happening now? What can you celebrate now? What's going well right now? You're always going to be okay. Even if you haven't binged in a month and then you binge. You're doing things differently. You're rewiring your brain. You know how to handle the situation. There's nothing to fear. I was even talking to one of my clients, and I think she said it's been 11 days. We've just been working together for almost 2 weeks, and she hasn't binged since. And she's like, I'm feeling so good, but she's like, should I be preparing myself for when a binge comes? And I said, no. You have the right support. She's one of my clients. I said, you have the right support. Even if you do binge, I got your back. I'm right here. You're going to know exactly what to do, how to release guilt after a binge. You're also becoming less impulsive. So even if you do binge, it's going to be less intense. You're going to be okay. When you do things properly and you rewire your brain and you remind yourself that you're a badass, you have the proper support. Even if somebody makes a comment, even if you do binge, you are going to be okay. I got you. I'm going to be right there with you to see you, to pick you up, to remind you that you're a badass, to remind you how powerful you are. If you feel powerful in a 5-day masterclass with me, where we're not even on Zoom together, imagine like 6 months with me. Imagine a year with me, where you're reminded every single day that you're a badass. It's pretty next level. And like I said, at the end of this masterclass, I'll be sharing how we can specifically work together and you can stay in this badass energy. Support is so important. Accountability, yes. Hey, Denise. Okay, another thing that can pull you off your pathway towards a binge-free life is, I see this very often, let me know if you can relate to this one, trying to build up self-trust and trying to do something for the first time, but it doesn't go as planned and you give up. So I often see this. Yes, I need the support and accountability. Yes, Sarah, I can't wait to have you inside Conquer or inside the membership. I often see this with trigger foods. People will say, I really want to trust myself around peanut butter. Let's use peanut butter as an example. You know the importance of honoring your cravings. You know the importance of allowing yourself to have foods that were once triggering for you. And like in order for a food to not be triggering, like I have to be allowing myself to have them. You know that. So you're like, I'm going to bring peanut butter in the house. I'm going to allow myself to have peanut butter. And then what ends up happening, you have the peanut butter and you binge. And you're automatically like, see, I shouldn't have done this. I don't have any control. I am addicted to peanut butter. Oh, I spiraled into a binge. I have to, no, can't have peanut butter anymore. I gotta never buy it. I'm not gonna put it on the grocery list. I'm gonna literally throw it out. I'm gonna put it in the trash can. That pulls you off your pathway towards a binge-free life. What did I talk about yesterday? I talked about the power of rewiring your brain and how important repetition is to rewire your brain. You doing something once and expecting it to go so perfectly because you are literally just telling yourself that I am not going to binge today. That's not even realistic. You're not going to magically not binge because you're telling yourself, this time is going to be different. Repetition. Repetition, 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 repetition. It's going to take time to build up self-trust. The people who build up self-trust, the people who have no more urges, they are willing to keep going until they build up trust. Oh, how powerful. They have the peanut butter, and sure, maybe the first time they binge on it. But you know what they don't do? They don't give up. They say, it's okay. I'm going to try again tomorrow, or maybe I'll try again next week. Yes, peanut butter Oreos are my kryptonite. The people who conquer don't try, and then they binge, and they're like, see, that's it. Oh my God, blah, 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 I'm a failure, blah, 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 blah. No, they say, I'm going to try again tomorrow. I'm going to try again next week. They don't say, well, guess it's going to be a trigger food for the rest of my life. That is not a badass. You are better than that. They say, I'm going to keep on going until this food is no longer triggering for me. I'm going to keep going until I no longer have a desire to binge on this food. Do you see the mindset of a badass? Do you see the mindset of somebody who's going to conquer binge eating? Yes, Cindy says, I'm on 2 weeks of eating chocolate every day. I'm starting to not finish all the chocolate I have with me and feeling so good and satisfied. Yes, Cindy is one of my badass clients. And just celebrating you so much. I even share this. I gave Cindy a badass award because Cindy, your mindset, like Cindy is somebody who just doesn't give up. Even if there's a little bit of overeating or binging happening, it's like, I'm going to find a way. Like, I'm going to keep going until I stop binge eating. This is it, you guys. You are restarting and continuing to sabotage yourself because you're just not willing to keep going. Are you giving up too soon? Are you giving up too soon? But I tried once and I binged and it can't work. I've tried for a week, but like I'm still overeating, so like I can't do it. There's a reason my membership and Conquer, my program, are 6 and 12 months. Because badasses know they want to do things sustainably. It doesn't have to take a long time to stop your binge eating. But also, you got to be willing to commit long term. Not just for 5 days in a masterclass, not just for a week, not even just for a month. When you binge and you give up, or you overeat and you give up, or somebody makes a comment and that pulls you off your pathway, this is what creates the start and stop. I'm good for a few days and then I fall off track. I'm good for a month and then I fall off track. You need to be willing to show up for yourself every single day until you conquer. So I want every single person in the chat to let me know what pulls you off your pathway towards a binge-free life. Is it a lack of self-belief? Is it shitting your pants and being like, oh my gosh, what if this actually works? Is it comments from other people? Are you fearing that a binge is going to come even if you haven't been binging? Is it as soon as you binge, you give up? What pulls you off your pathway? Let me know in the chat. You have to know, you have to be aware of what pulls you off your pathway. Is it a comment? Is it a lack of self-belief? Is it every time you binge, you feel like a failure? This journey is not linear. You're going to have moments where you feel incredible, like win after win after win, binge-free week, binge-free month. But there's also going to be moments of doubt. Comments are going to be said to you that you're going to have to navigate. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I know. I work with so many clients on this. When you go into the real world, people are going to comment. Things are not going to go as planned. You're going to overeat one day. You might have a bad body image day, but can you keep going? Lack of self-belief, comments from other people, fear of falling off, giving up too soon, Christmas cookies, previous failures pull me off. I'm going to a birthday party tomorrow. I'm really scared because I begin to binge in front of other people. Don't know why. I'd love to be a badass for the rest of my life. And Denise, you can decide that right now. I was talking about this inside of one of my programs, Master Your Mind for a Binge-Free Life. I said, people always believe I need to be binge-free and then I'm going to become a badass. No. You step into your badass today in order to become binge-free. That's the difference. Fear and knowing there will be another negative self-talk. As soon as I binge, I feel like I can't do it, then restrict. Progress makes me relax, and then it's a slippery slope, and this is why community, support, accountability is so important. Failure, spiral, again, it's the all or nothing mentality. Giving up too soon. Promising myself next time will be better. Disappointing myself, yes. Lack of self-belief, trying a million different things, nothing has ever worked. Yes, and well, Heather, now you know that it's like, even if you feel like you've tried so many different things, again, I don't know specifically, but I'm sure you can probably see of like, if you haven't tried specific things to get rid of your urges, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. A badass does not let anything or anyone stop them from conquering. And it's not that a badass doesn't get pulled off her pathway. She does. She does. But she is just so laser focused on where I'm going and what's most important for me. Being present with my family, making memories that are going to last a lifetime, baking with my daughter, traveling stress-free, being somebody who's easygoing, who can go with the flow, who's so healthy, who's so full of joy, that even when she does get triggered and a comment is said to her, or she binges and she doubts herself, or she overeats, she keeps going. She gets back up, she plugs into her community, and she keeps going. She gets support from her coach. She has the action plan, and she takes action right away. That's another thing. When I give feedback, or I make a suggestion and I say, listen, do this, implement this right away. A badass doesn't wait until next week. A badass is not like, oh, it's Friday, like I'll do better on Monday. They're like, it's Friday. I got all day Friday. I got all day Saturday. I got all day Sunday. That's 3 days that I can make progress. A badass takes action right away, even from this 5-day masterclass, and has already made progress this week. A badass keeps going. And this is the difference between somebody who conquers binge eating and who has a binge-free month and then lets a comment pull her out of her power, and then it's like, oh, I need to reset. Compared to somebody who maybe goes out for dinner and stops when they're full, and then the next time they go out for dinner and maybe they overeat, but they don't discredit last week's win. They say a badass can have great days and some not so good days. A badass can have fear and doubt and triggers and comments, but a badass keeps going. She stays plugged in. She doesn't let anything stop her. She's so laser focused. She's so clear on the fact that diets don't work. She's so clear that she doesn't want to feel controlled by food anymore. She's so clear that she wants to get in that driver's seat so badly and regain her control back with food. She knows she's deserving of a life like that, where food feels so effortless and easy. So she keeps on going. And like I said, we've spent 5 days together. Maybe on one day you're like so excited, super motivated, maybe even day 2, day 3. Maybe you're like, I don't even want the 5 days to end. This has been amazing, right? Or maybe it's like, oh shit, what happens after the 5 days? I'm going to go back into the reality, and am I going to keep this mindset? You get into the real world and somebody makes a triggering comment to you and you let that spiral you into a binge. Are you going to go to work and your coworker brings in donuts and you're like, oh, the people pleaser in me is coming out. I feel that the people pleaser just doesn't want me to make her feel bad. Does that pull you off your pathway? You don't want to say no? Maybe you feel the urge to binge and a part of you is like, I know some tools. I don't want to use them. I get it. You have to stay on your pathway to a binge-free life. I'm going out to eat tonight and tomorrow for brunch since my friend is in town. I'm actually excited to get what I want and bring home leftovers. Yes, Courtney! Courtney is one of the badasses that joined Conquer, and I'm going to take a few moments to talk about this in just a second. I want to help you stay on this path. I want to help you stay in momentum towards your binge-free life because all of you guys are going to conquer. And I know that staying plugged in to this badass community, well, not this community, but staying plugged into a community is going to change your life. So is it okay if I share an opportunity with you guys? Drop a yes in the chat if you'd like to know how you can stay connected and stay plugged in to an incredible badass community. We're going to a Friday fish fry tonight, and it was my choice to go. Sarah, yes. 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 Sarah's like, yes. Okay. Missy says, yes. Missy, I see you inside this program. You're just like, I love how like interactive you are in the community. Like, I just know you're a badass. Brian's here. Brian is inside of Conquer. Okay. Cindy's like, you have to drop it. I've created the most extraordinary program for all of you badasses who are ready to fully conquer binge eating. By the way, who's ready to fully conquer binge eating? Like you're serious about ending binge eating. Let me know in the chat if you're like, I'm serious about ending binge eating. The name of this program that I've created is literally called Conquer. Because we don't do quick fixes here. I am only interested in helping you sustainably conquer binge eating for good. All in, me, yes, Heather, Sarah. So Conquer is my program that helps you conquer every single area of your relationship with food and your body. You need, Adrian's so serious. Yes, Adrian, you're going to be inside Conquer. Serious about ending it? Yes. You need to get rid of your urges so that you can be home alone. It can be late at night. You can go out for dinner. You can go on vacation with your beautiful family. Your day gets thrown off because guess what? Life happens and you still have no desire to binge. You need to stop your nighttime binging. So many of you tell me like, it's so easy to eat healthy all day. And let me know if you can relate to this, but then come the evenings, after dinner, I feel like a switch goes off in my brain. And I just like eat. I'm not even hungry. It's just out of boredom. Maybe you lack pleasure in your life. So then the last like 20 minutes where your kids go to bed, it's the only time for you self-soothe. You got to stop emotional eating. You got to learn how to manage and cope and process your emotions without turning to food so that you can have a stressful day because guess what? This is life. And not stuff yourself with food just to get that quick boost of dopamine followed by regret and shame. Yes, I need this. Yes, Sarah. You need to learn how to become an effortless, intuitive eater. I was talking about hunger and fullness cues being muted and blocked. How many of you guys feel like your hunger and fullness cues are like muted? You're like, where are you? Hello? Like tap, tap, are you there? You need to learn how to get back in tune with hunger and fullness so you can eat when you're hungry. You can stop when you're full. You can trust yourself around all foods. No more trigger foods. You can have peanut butter in the house without obsessing over it, without fearing it, without feeling controlled by it. I'm going to help you know exactly how much to eat for your body so you don't have to track your food. You don't have to weigh it out. You're so confident in how much you need that you're not spending all day comparing yourself to your friend who ate 5 slices of pizza and you're like, why can I only have 2 slices and she looks better than me? Or, oh, she only had 1 slice. Oh my God, I'm such a pig because I'm eating 5. You're going to stop comparing yourself. I'm going to help you believe that you are the badass that you are, that you can conquer binge eating. You can stop self-sabotaging. You get out of the all or nothing mentality so you can have 1 or 2 cookies and move on with your day. This program is going to help you heal body image. How many of you guys know you got to work on your body image so you can see yourself as more than a body? You can stop trying to be the smallest version of yourself, but rather the healthiest badass on the planet. You're so confident in who you are. You throw on an outfit, you feel like $1,000,000. Not even because of the size that you are, but because you're taking such good care of yourself. That's what a badass does. A badass is grateful for the body that they're in. A badass respects their body and takes such good care of it. Cindy, you're just so amazing. Cindy says, if you're ready to go all in, join Lorna and find your inner badass. It's seriously inevitable. Yes. So, inside, and I've got some insane things. You guys have to stay to the end. You guys are going to freak out. Even those people who've already joined, you're going to freak out for what I'm about to share. Inside of this program, Conquer, we cover it all. So you're going to get rid of your binge urges so they don't pop up anymore. And we're going to normalize that. You're going to stop binging and boredom snacking at night. You can process your emotions without turning to food. You can add more pleasure into your life so food isn't the main source of pleasure in your life. You know how to get out of the all or nothing mentality so that even if your routine gets thrown off, you can still stay consistent with your habits. You can go out for dinner without feeling like, oh my God, I got to clean my plate. You can heal your body image so you don't have to deprive yourself or spend hours over exercising. This is what it takes to conquer. So this is a 6 or 12-month program because, duh, you're here to fully conquer binge eating for good. So, Brian agrees with Cindy, Liz agrees, of course, they're all in Conquer. You get immediate access to my program, Master Your Mind for a Binge-Free Life. We're actually running it right now. You get instant access to the 4 trainings you can watch ASAP on how to actually believe that you can conquer binge eating, how to know when to give yourself grace and self-compassion, when to give yourself tough love, how to heal that love-hate relationship with binging, how to shift your identity out of binge eating, how to get out of the all or nothing mentality. This program alone is $497 and it's included inside of Conquer. At the end of the month, I'm running my program on how to stop emotional eating. And that program is also included. Next month is all focused on how to get rid of your binge urges, how to not give in to your strong urges, even when you're home alone, what to do when you don't even want to use the tools, your urges are literally so strong it feels like that itchy mosquito bite where you have to give in. I'm going to help you get rid of your urges. You get every program with me. How to get rid of your urges, how to eat intuitively without spiraling out of control, how to stop emotional eating, how to get out of the all or nothing mentality, how to heal your body image, stop binging at night, and so much more. And that's not even it. There's more. Drop some party emojis if you're excited. As a bonus, when you join now, you get my Root and Rewire membership included. This is valued at $97 per month and it's included. So you get instant access to over 14 hours of trainings on how to stop secret eating, how to stop thinking about food all day long, how to release guilt after a binge, how to get to the root of your binge eating. Some of you guys have health and fitness goals. I don't mind that. I'm going to help you still have health and fitness goals while prioritizing your relationship with food. There's an entire training on how to do that. How to master your habits so that you can literally be that badass who's so consistent with your habits. How to trust yourself around sugar foods and so much more. And that's a bonus. Then you get the community. We have our private group chat where you're literally celebrated every single day. There's a badass tools tabs and you share your badass tools that you're using. You got the support every single step of the way. So I am going to share the link down below with you guys. There's 7 spots. Actually, no, there's 6. Courtney joined a few days ago. Louisa just joined this morning. So there's 6 spots left. I love this. Yes, Cindy, I cannot wait. It's going to be so amazing. If you already joined Conquer, so Louisa, you joined this morning. Courtney joined for a year a few days ago. You will still get it included. Brian, Liz. So I'm so excited. I just dropped the link. And if you join, come back in here and celebrate with us because this is a big deal. Like, this is a big deal. I'm going to be jumping up and down. This is how I'm going to be spending my Friday, just like jumping up and down, getting so excited to help you guys conquer. Share back in here once you join. Okay? I'm so excited. Okay. One more thing. There's a giveaway. Did not forget. I'm going to share the giveaway. But if you have any questions about Conquer, you can message me. I've already shared the link with some of you guys. So some of you guys already have it. I just dropped the link there. But you can also message me if you have any questions. The membership is included. The Root and Rewire membership is included. FYI. So if you've been wanting to join the membership, but you're like, wait, holy shit, like this sounds amazing. You get the membership included. Okay. I'm so fired up. I'm so excited. Okay. The giveaway. So like I said, inside of Conquer, at the end of the month, I'm running my emotional eating program. One of you guys are going to win the emotional eating program because you shared in the Facebook group just your experience being in this masterclass. And this person, I actually believe she's on. I love when people are on and they win a giveaway. I just want to like scream and like, I just get so excited. So the person who's going to be winning the emotional eating program, which is part of Conquer, by the way, give me some hearts. Give me some excitement. Drop some party emojis. I'm excited. Who's excited? Carla's excited. Who else is excited? Sarah's excited. Okay, here we go. I love the build up. Okay, 3, 2, 1. The winner is, you guys are going to freak out, Carla. Again. I did not rig this. I use random numbergenerator.com on Google. So Carla, Lieneke, congratulations. You're going to get access to the emotional eating program at the end of this month. That's valued at $497. Congratulations. So no way. I know, it's crazy. Okay, you guys, this has been amazing. This has been so much fun. I can't wait for you guys. I can't wait for the people that are continuing on inside of Conquer. You don't have to stop. This is literally just the beginning. We've got so many more programs happening. We've got the badass chat I'm going to be opening on Monday to step into your inner badass and continue this momentum. I'm freaking out. Yes, I will send you a message. You're welcome, Missy. Missy, I so see you inside of Conquer. I'd love to support you. Sarah says, I'm so happy for you. Okay, any questions, please message me. The link is there to join Conquer. You guys are all amazing. Regardless of what happens after this, I hope you just stepped into your inner badass and you felt a shift. I know you did, because I know you did. And I want you to keep this momentum going. A badass doesn't stop. A badass doesn't get excited about a 5-day thing and then doesn't continue on with her goals. A badass continues on the path towards a binge-free life. So I am so excited for all of you guys. Message me if you have any questions. I am here for you. If you don't know what the next step is, message me. All right? Thank you, Lorna. Have an amazing weekend. We appreciate you so much. Ugh. I need your recordings daily. I'll miss that too. Yes. All right, you guys. Have a fabulous rest of your day. I cannot wait to continue supporting you, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay. Bye, guys.